All right, you should be good. Just give it another couple seconds.
Okay.
All right, you should be good. Just give it another. All right, you should be good. Just give it another couple seconds.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in for today's live. Today's live is about a new humanity for a new world. So you may have seen recently that Courtney and Linda and myself started a new podcast for a new humanity. So this is a topic that we are enjoying to share about, kind of dig into, flesh out, and just sort of bring attention to and awareness to people about. So I'm really happy to be here tonight, having the chance to share more. If you are here and you'd like to say hello in the chat box, please do. In the comment section, you can share where you're tuning in from. It's always nice to know who else is out there, or you may be watching this at another time recorded, and that's great too. I was thinking about this topic, and I always like to talk about this in a way that's close to my heart, that's kind of personal for me. And I sort of encourage everyone to do that as well, because some of these really big topics like, oh, how are we going to create a new world? How are we going to make a new humanity? They can feel really big and really abstract, and they can feel really far away. And I have found in the past 20 years doing work that I wanted to contribute to the world in some way, I found that it was always important for me to connect it to myself. How I understand it, how I feel it at this moment, kind of how I'm digesting it at this moment, and how I can really integrate that into my life and make it mine and make it real. Because I feel like, and I don't know if you agree, if you're out there and you feel like sharing, you may agree with me. I feel like if I don't do that and I just keep learning about these things, hearing about a new humanity, raising consciousness, creating a better world together, if I just hear about it, but it doesn't enter into my daily life in a real way, then sometimes hearing about those things just makes me feel more stressed. And I don't know if you experience that as well. Like it just feels far away and it feels overwhelming. It feels impossible, or it feels like it's somebody else's work, somebody else's business, and not mine. But a big piece of this new humanity concept here, I feel, is making it mine. That ownership. Like if more and more of us own that I am a part of this movement to birth a new humanity. That was the title of our first podcast, Birthing a New Humanity. If we are birthing a new humanity together right now, which means raising up the collective consciousness towards a brighter and more peaceful future for humanity and the earth, if I'm a part of it, if I'm that important, which is the message that we like to get out, like each one of us is so important, then each one of us has to really own it, has to make it my own. So I really invite you to do that in your own way, however that looks for you. So I can share some things today, and you can listen to many different people, different podcasts, I see it all over social media. People are talking about this development of a new humanity. These are the words we're using, coming at it from many different angles. But I really encourage you to feel how you can be part of that. First, it has to sit right in your heart. How does it make sense to you? And what do you want your part to be? And that also should feel good to you. It should light you up. So I wanted to start with this, making it mine. So usually we do some kind of meditation at the end of a live or a webinar, but I kind of wanted to start with it today. So if you're there and you're watching this right now, wherever you're at, I want to invite you to just close your eyes. You don't have to do anything special. You can just make a very comfortable position. Just close your eyes for a moment. Take a few breaths. Kind of connect to your inner world, your imagination, the world of your imagination. And the first thing I want us to imagine here, it's like we're pulling it up on the screen inside our mind. Let's imagine the world that we would really love to see. That's first. What kind of world would you like to live in? What does the earth look like? Maybe you see nature. Maybe you feel something you feel in your favorite place when you go to nature, to rest, to relax. What does the earth look like? What does the world look like? I want you to imagine it until you start to feel a little bit of happiness in your heart, just naturally arising, some happiness and some hope. And then once you start to feel that and you really keep yourself in that picture, in that scene, I want you to start to see the humans. What do the people look like? What are they doing? How are they behaving? How are you interacting with them, and how are they interacting with you, with each other, with the earth? Just let your imagination run naturally for a moment. What does this new humanity in this new world, this new peaceful world, what does this new humanity look like? Different things might come up to different people's minds. And I just want to give you a moment to let yourself see that, really imagine that, really feel that in your heart. Again, until your heart is feeling some positive, joyful feeling arising, something is opening, something is getting brighter. Use the power of your dream. Okay, doesn't have to be for long. Just get a little snapshot of that. Feel it, connect to it in your own heart with the sensation of your own body. And then take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in deeply. Come back to this moment where you're sitting and exhale. Good. You can open your eyes. So I want to ask you, what were the people like in that world that you pictured? Because that is the new humanity. It's alive in all of our minds. We all have the answers inside of us. So what do they look like for you? Perhaps you might feel, and you are welcome to share this in the comments anytime, just what you see. I'm very curious of what you see, and I think we all need to teamwork and collaborate together. What we see. I see people who are aware, self-aware, who are becoming more aware of themselves and cultivating themselves into the best, greatest version of themselves. So that might be increasing their capacity to love, increasing their capacity to listen, or to be honest and transparent. This is what I see. People increasing their capacity to empathize, to want to empathize with each other in communication and with the earth, to feel each other, and growing compassion through that. Growing compassion, growing love, and growing the ability to heal, to let go of where we've come from, right? If we're talking about a new humanity, we could say the old humanity, for lack of better words, letting go of that old humanity a little bit in our hearts, letting go with some forgiveness, some acceptance of both others and myself, letting go of some past hurts, some tendency to blame and judge. You see, that's why I started with self-awareness. In my mind, a new humanity is first and foremost self-aware, to even be able to be honest with themselves and see where they have been caught up in these negative habits and how they could be contributing negatively to themselves, but also the world around them. Because this new world is being created by each and every one of us, how we are impacting the world around us. It's not only for the famous people, the really well-known, popular influencers. It's not only the leaders, government leaders, corporate leaders. It's not only those people who are influencing the world around them. We are all doing it each and every day. All the choices that we make. So I believe this new humanity concept begins with each of us recognizing how important we are, and that this is mine. I have a part here. And then what does that humanity look like? What do I wish? Right? We do a lot of wishing from others. Oh, I wish they would just be more understanding. I wish they would be more fair, more peaceful, less violent, more caring for the whole. That's true. Many people and systems need to change on this planet to create this new world, but it starts with me. So rather than just what I want them to change, what would I like to change in myself? How do I need to change so I can keep aligning myself to this picture I see in my mind's eye of a new humanity? How can I keep becoming that person each and every day? And what are they doing, right? In your mind's eye and in your picture, what is that new humanity doing? I always see people working together. I see a lot of collaboration and teamwork. I see a lot of understanding across all races, religions, all genders, political parties, just an understanding, ability to communicate, to listen, to feel, to express with courage. And then how far or near am I to being that person? That's the question that I ask myself. I need to ask myself each and every day. And I feel that we all need to ask ourselves each and every day. We need to check ourselves in that way, not in a critical way, not in a self-blaming way, but I believe it's a very positive and healthy foundation for this new humanity, that we are all asking myself, how would I like to adjust however I behaved today, the choices I made, the things I did? It's okay. We can forgive ourselves for the times when we struggle and make mistakes. And how would I like to adjust? This should become a joyful process for us, a joyful process of self-development, developing myself into a new human. Sometimes we say earth citizen, earth manager. This is the same concept, developing myself into a person who is raising their consciousness to improve my life, the lives of others, and this world, ultimately, the health of this planet, ultimately. So self-checking. And then from there, as I said, we can see in our mind's eye the actions. There's a lot of different actions that we may be taking. I also often see people working with nature, using all their different skills to help the earth in some way. In my mind's eye, everyone is collectively on the same page that we need to help clean up the earth in so many ways. The sky, the water, the air, the soil. I see people all over the world doing beautiful things. I heard once that there are more organizations taking action for the earth now than ever before. And that gives me hope. I see that kind of collaboration. So once we are self-reflecting and we are each and every day making new choices to align ourselves to what that person looks like, naturally we move into actions. New humans, the new humanity, will be taking all different kinds of actions. It doesn't mean that there's some big, huge action you need to feel pressured to take right now. It's more about the small daily actions, the small daily choices in our interactions with other people. How are we speaking? So that's, what kind of vibration are we putting out there? Is it bright? Is it loving, sharing, giving? Is it full of gratitude? I think everyone watching, it's very simple to see. We can simply sense how feelings such as increased gratitude, just gratitude, appreciation for others and myself grows the light. Am I putting that energy out, or am I putting negativity out? A lot of complaining, judging others. Again, there's no criticism here. When I self-reflect, when I become aware of myself, I'm doing it too. So I can blame myself and be angry with myself for that, but that's just going to create more negative waves. See, it's like a catch-22. I just can pivot, make a new choice. And then that's sort of the emotional piece, the feeling piece. But maybe there's other choices I can make. I've talked a lot before here about, how can I reduce plastic more and remember to bring my shopping bag and remember to bring my glass Tupperware container to the restaurant if I have takeout. These small things, but they keep adding up when we keep checking. And maybe some people will do bigger things. Maybe there's some great scientists and engineers out there who will create new things to help this earth. We will all do our part. But the first step is that self-awareness. And this is very much hooked into the concept of consciousness. So I need to be conscious of myself, more awake and aware to my mind and my actions each day. Are they in alignment with that dream, that picture? So in many ways, that's why I started this live today with doing that meditation. In many ways, that's really the first step. We have to have the dream. It has to really be breathing in my heart, alive. I really want to see that world. I wish for it. I wish for it. I long for it. Even if I cannot see it, I hope today's children, my children, your children, we can see it. The next generations can see this world. We need to all be moving in this direction. First, the dream. So connect to your dream and then be aware, be conscious of yourself, and then consciousness. What I'm putting in my mind, what I see as important is going to affect the choices I make and the actions I take. My beliefs, what I believe day to day is going to affect the choices and the actions I make. So maybe that's the healing work we need to do. We need to clean up our negative beliefs that are part of the old humanity. We have been believing a lot of things about each other and the world and our leaders and the systems. And we can feel hopeless and we can feel angry and we can feel despair. But we have to check our consciousness. Is that really the energy I want to put out into the world? If I am day by day creating this new world, I'm part of it, then I'm going to check myself more honestly and sincerely. All my choices and actions become a lot more important. So yes, I can see some comments here in the chat box, and I love to see it. I'm so glad that you are sharing what you see, a new humanity. Yes, forgiveness, forgiving myself, forgiving others, forgiving history, forgiving old humanity. Because how can we step into something new when we are holding on to something old? And each and every one of us who are trying to do it in our lives, who are trying to live in alignment with these principles, these ideals, we know it's challenging. It's not easy to let go of the past, but it's okay. We do it knowing that it's not easy. So we can still do it with encouragement to ourselves and each other, knowing that it's not easy, but it's possible. And it can be done joyfully. So this is how I see a new humanity. I teach this, I talk about it, and in many different places. It's what I feel very passionate about, because I think I've also shared this many times, but I was a person who felt hopeless when I looked around at what I'm going to just keep coining as the old humanity. When I looked around the world, 10, 20 years ago, I couldn't feel any hope. And then I realized the hope lies within me. And what I can do is cultivate myself to align with that bright picture, that beautiful dream. And if I sincerely put effort towards that, life feels more joyful. It feels more fulfilling. So this is the fulfilling passion that we have the opportunity to feel as humans now, in whatever circumstances you are facing, whatever kind of job you have, if you are a parent, in your relationships, whatever roles and responsibility, you can always check yourself and try to align yourself sincerely to what you want to see, the world you want to see. It starts with me. So this is the message I want to share today. I can't emphasize it enough. I also always say that. Also, I think we need to make sure to take time to praise ourselves and congratulate ourselves when we're doing it. When we see ourselves making better choices, more loving choices, more positive choices, more forgiving choices. When we see ourselves coming up with new creative ideas and sharing them with others, maybe around topics of zero waste or actions that can be taken. We need to congratulate ourselves, praise ourselves that we're doing it. So I really want to encourage you to do that as well. That praise and that gratitude is going to pave the way for a brighter future. So okay, let's breathe in nature. Thank you for being here with me. Says self-awareness that involves reflecting on self. We are not focusing outward all the time of what we cannot even change, but outwardly focused. Oh, I think it's an unfinished thought. However, I understand, or at least I think I grasp what you're saying here, this outward focus. So yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. For a new humanity, we need a balance. In a new humanity, in my mind's eye, there's a balance of inward focus and outward focus. So enough time to self-reflect and examine with honesty, with self-forgiveness and patience and love. And then outward, to be able to speak and share from my heart, from my truth, things that I feel are important, things that I feel need to be changed and improved, things that I feel need to be healed and opened, right? Healing is opening everything and letting all the negativity and the hurt flow. Healing is not just suppressing and avoiding, opening. So when I imagine a new humanity, we are all very courageous, but not in an aggressive way, in a sincere way, in a truthful way, with inward focus, ownership, self-awareness, speaking to each other and listening to each other. So personally, I am enjoying the process of continuously trying to upgrade my ability to do these things. And I want to invite and encourage you to do that as well. And yes, we need outward focus. We need to stand up against systems that we feel are not correct or unfair, unjust, unhealthy. But we want to do that with light, brightness, responsible behavior, and talk. Responsible means knowing our interconnectedness and how our consciousness is affecting each other. We want to be brave in that way. That's the new humanity. Not just with physical strength and the ability to fight and argue, but with love and understanding. Understanding of each human's journey. We all have our own pain and our own struggle. So with more compassion, let's understand each other. Let's look at ourselves, and then let's find the choices and actions we want to take each day. So I will begin to wrap up here by saying the main message of today's talk is, please first own this in your heart. Take time to close your eyes and to feel the dream in your heart. We need to make the spark of that dream come alive. Too often we are numb and sleepy. This is not new humanity. New humanity is awake, aware. So please find the dream in your heart first. See it. Imagine, what are the people doing there? What are they like? How are they behaving? Until you feel joyful. And then when you open your eyes and come out of your meditation, it's time to begin practicing to be that person, to find whatever you need, whatever exercise routine, whatever meditation, whatever diet, whatever group you need to join, whatever volunteer work you need to do, whatever conversation you need to have with a loved one. You just ask yourself and take action each and every day, knowing that you are important because you are the human who is a part of the new humanity, building the new world together with each and every one of our choices. Each and every one of our choices. Our internal choices, how we want our consciousness to be bright, and our external choices, what we choose to do in a day. So that leads me to my conclusion, which is our calls to action today. We have a couple of calls to action I wanted to share about. The first is the New Humanity Pledge. If you haven't heard of it, I believe there will be, oh, there we go. There's a link right there in the chat. Feel free to go check it out. It's a simple action that you can take. Sometimes we don't know what actions we can take and we're just searching. So the New Humanity Pledge is very simple. You can go, you can read it. It's completely in alignment with what I'm talking about here. So if you resonate with it, you can go read, what are we pledging here? And really it's just an internal promise. And there's a part about self-development and there's a part about caring for the earth and taking ownership. So I encourage you to go to the link, read it, feel it in your heart, imagine it, dream it. If you'd like to join, you can join. Join just means simply you pledge yourself, because part of this new humanity is something we need to really gather our hearts and minds together for. When we gather our hearts and minds together, there is a bigger expansion of consciousness. Right? If there's one happy person surrounded by 10 unhappy people, you can imagine that atmosphere. But then if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 happy people surrounded by even 10 unhappy people, it changes. The more we gather together, the energy expands, the happiness emanates, it multiplies. So when we pledge together, we're just gathering our hearts and minds together. So if you'd like to do that, please participate in our New Humanity Pledge. And the second call to action today is about Earth Hour, something we have also been talking a lot about here on EMTV, which is turning off the lights for 1 hour a day. And you can choose your hour when it works best for you. Turning off the light, first of all, to wake yourself up, bring your attention to caring for the earth. I'm doing something. I'm doing something for the earth right now. I'm saving the energy. And now that my mind is on the earth, what shall I do for this 1 hour? I could go for a walk in nature. I could do some meditation. What will I do for my 1 earth hour? So again, it's a small action that we can take to start to build awareness, help each other to keep remembering this movement that's taking place that we are all a part of if we choose to be. Keep remembering it's all our small choices and actions each day that make a big difference. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, for listening. I enjoyed talking about this today, and we hope to see you again soon on EMTV. Good luck and enjoy becoming a new humanity for a new world. I hope to see you there in that dream.